Yo, what's up? My name is Petrowski3 and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering video. Today I'm covering a deck that I don't see played very much anymore in the Timeless format on MTG Arena, and you know what? I think it's kind of cool, and it has a good matchup against certain decks. It has a really bad, so its worst matchup, let's talk about. Its worst matchup is probably the Show and Tell variant, where they sort of combo off with Assemble the Team, and they sort of string their whole deck along. You can't really beat that deck, nor can do much against it, but I'm hoping a new include today can maybe change it up a little bit. I am plopping in the One Ring for the very first time in this deck today, so we're going to be testing a new card in this deck live on a video. Never played it before in this deck, so surely that will go fantastically. But this deck is like any green ramp deck in MTG Arena. You want your 4 Arboreal Grazers, your 4 Kammis, great card, 4 Once Upon a Times, 3-ish Sylvan Scryings. This deck is obviously open to interpretation, open to fluidity. 3 Archdruid's Charm. A lot of people run 4 of this card, but 3 mana for a 1 land ramp spell most of the time. I've found it's a cool card, and its motility is nice, and its instant speed is nice, but it's just not that amazing in my personal opinion. You can't even, unfortunately, it does exile target artifact or enchantment, so you can hit opponents' One Rings with it, which is kind of nice. However, you're usually using it to search for a creature or a land. That's generally, I've used it to fight things a few times. You can use it for the second mode, put a +1/+1 counter on something and kill something. I've done that once or twice, and it actually can win games. Like, the motility is nice, but usually you're searching for a land, I want to say 80% of the time, and then like 19% of the time you're searching for a creature. And then the other 2 modes are like without 1%. You can't even exile opposing like omnisciences usually, because in response, they're going to dig through time and do all this shenanigans. In response to you trying to answer their omniscience, they're going to just dig for an answer to counter it. So even that doesn't usually work, unfortunately. For natural order, this is probably the main reason to be playing green in the Timeless format. Card is insane. And it's kind of why I want to tweak the deck a little bit more in the future, and maybe kind of add one more big fat green fatty in the list. Right now, the big fat green fatties consist of 4 Primeval Titans. One of my favorite cards of any format where I could play Primetime. I am a happy man. Titan of Industry. This card has overperformed. I've been really, really impressed. Being able to bring it in and restabilize a board. It's a 7-mana 7/7, which is obviously whatever, but you get it off natural order. And what happens is it enters the battlefield and you choose 2 modes. And the most common things that I do probably are target player gains 5 life and then create a 4/4 Rhino. So you play natural order, you bring this guy in, you gain 5 life, you get a 7/7 with reach and trample. There's a lot of flying creatures in the format, and you create a 4/4 on the ground. It stabilizes your entire board, sets you up for like a win in 2 turns, as well as gains you some life. The life gain, honestly, the incidental life gain is just really, really nice. Having pocket life gain in the deck is really, really important. And then Craterhoof Behemoth is a monster in this deck, and we'll explain why, because the number one way this deck wins isn't even really in this area. It's over in the lands. It's a Field of the Dead deck. This is Field of the Dead deck. You want to create a ton of zombies. We play 14 creatures, 29 lands. Almost half the deck is lands, but it's interesting because this is a 29 land deck with the average CMC being 3.2. Kind of weird, kind of a weird deck. I play Legacy 12 post IRL in the physical card game format, but this is kind of the closest thing we had. Now I wish we had things like crop rotation. If we had crop rotation in MTG Arena, man, I mean, there's a lot of things. I could sit here all day, man. I wish we had Force of Will. Like, I could do a whole video. I probably should do a whole video at one point talking about that, because I feel like the Timeless format would be so much better with Force of Will. I feel like Force of Will, I mean, if you play Legacy or any Eternal formats in real life, you understand Force of Will is a beautiful card. It's a frustrating card at times, but it keeps everything in check. It just, and the more that we've power crept things, the more it's gotten more balanced, because the more that 2-for-1 hurts you. Like, the more cards that get printed, the more powerful threats and more powerful things, the more that exiling a card just to cast Force of Will honestly hurts you more and more and more. So we're going to keep this opening hand. It's a pretty good one. We've got our turn 1 Grazer with an untapped forest. 4 different, this is actually a fantastic hand. I'm going to go ahead and cast Once Upon a Time first to get the free little filter effect. We probably just want to grab Kami here. Get more. This is exactly what, this is like, I couldn't even have planned this better. Absolutely perfect. You always want to play Grazer before the Kami because the Kami has that side mode, right? We're going to play this as it has to enter tapped. The fact that you can use the Kami to create more lands, conjure more forests, is really, really relevant. You don't want to throw this out. You always want to do Grazer first and have that in the back in case you need it. In this situation, they're just untapped. Scalding Tongue, we probably play this into this. They're obviously going to have some sort of counter magic. This is a very skill-based deck in terms of playing around counter magic. This is a deck where you often are playing one giant haymaker. Will attack for threat. To really shake their boots. Ooh, got him. Okay, huge. But anyways, this is a deck where you will sandbag stuff. Like, if I have one Primetime in hand, and my opponent passes turn, and they have 2 untapped mana, a lot of times, I'm just passing back to them. And I'm signaling to my opponent that I don't have anything. Okay, so we just win. Okay, so this is... Wow, what a good game 1. Whenever you cast a blue spell, target player mills 2 cards. I think we just win. How do I want to play this? I think I probably just grab Primetime. So what I would do here... I do want to win quickly, though. I'm almost wondering... I don't know exactly... This is a mill deck, but I don't know exactly what they're going to do here. Let me just go to combat, attack with my Kami. Natural order. Sacrifice the... Do I even want to sacrifice the Kami or the Grazer? Probably just the Grazer. Sure. We'll probably grab Primetime. I kind of want to grab, like, this to try to threaten or end the game sooner, but I just don't know what they have. If they're full on mill, are they really going to have the removal to deal with it, honestly? Maybe I do just grab this and threaten... But Primetime sets up for more. I also have Primetime in hand. Fuck it, let's do that. This is not how I would normally play this. But I'm going to go ahead. I also could destroy the enchantment if I really want to fuck with them. But I think I'm going to create a Rhino. Maybe I do. And probably put a shield counter on the 7/7. Let's just get in their heads. This has to be... They played this on turn 2, and that's all they did. It has to be... good. It has to be, you know, something's going on here. You tapped out. Okay, you got Archive Trap. That's fine. You got it. You got me. How many Archive Traps do you got? You got 1? Only 1? Okay, we're fine. We're fine then. We'll play our forest. We'll pass turn. We've got 11 damage here. 12, I think, total. I'm at 34 cards in library. 12 damage on board. If this guy can beat me, he deserves it, man. I will take the L. Take the L respectfully. He can take me. Ooh, okay, he's setting up. He might be getting close. I'm going to be so honest. He might be getting close. So this is the perfect situation. I have Field of the Dead at 5 out of 7. Now I can play Primetime. I'll just do this main phase 2 or whatever. First things first, we're going to go ahead and do this. Attack. He does not block. He has to kill me this next turn, which he kind of might be able to, so I'm a little scared. I want to stop searching my library here really soon. Maybe I shouldn't even have this turn. It's arguable. But I'm going to go ahead and grab... Well, like Mutavault. I could grab Foothills. Do I have a Snowland on the battlefield? I do, so I'll lose what's it called if I do that, so be careful. I don't know if he has Graveyard Shenanigans. He could have something involved there. I want to make sure I kill my opponent. I'm going to grab the Lair of the Hydra and the Bojuka Bog, just in case he's doing any sort of flashback shenanigans. We're going to take out his graveyard. We're going to create a few zombies. We have him dead next turn, as long as he can't get rid of 31 cards in my library in one turn. What are the odds you have it? And if he had, dude, once again, if my opponent has that, he doesn't have black mana either right now. One mill's 8. If it was kicked, he's got 1 mana. I'm going to decline the search on my Primetime, because I believe Archive Trap is if you search, correct? This is one of those situations where it's pretty simple to some extent, but it's relevant. Okay, if he had the Archive Trap in hand, I guess he wouldn't have to force me to draw. It's pretty close. That's a pretty close game. It's a pretty close game. Mill almost had me there. Ooh, thankfully, I'm a slower deck. This deck is definitely I mean, any green ramp deck like this in any Eternal format, it's going to be one of those decks where the longer the game goes on, the higher increased chance of you winning, right? But the faster the game is, the lower chance of you winning generally. So we're going to start 1-0 against Mill. Not exactly a formidable opponent, you know, to actually show off the power of this deck. There are a fair few lines you might need to take with this deck. Like, this deck definitely needs some practice to get truly proficient at, I would say. All right, the One Ring. I have not played with this card yet. I'm going to keep this. I've got a Kami turn 1. I don't have an untapped Forest turn 1, though. That's unfortunate. I didn't really think about that, but that's okay. We will keep the Natural Order on top. Pretty slow hand, but... slow hand against Delver. Not good. Not great. But it could be fine. He's gonna see the Natural Order and know to keep something for it as well. I'll just play this. This card is fantastic. It helps you just play usually prime time like one turn earlier, which is really relevant. Like a turn 5 prime time, or usually like turn 3 or turn 4 is way different than a turn 4 or turn 5. We'll play another one. Player Kami. He knows he needs to kind of get rid of this because of Natural Order. Yep, and he's going to bolt it instead of my face because he saw the Natural Order. He knows that next turn I'm probably playing it. Well played, well played. I probably just go for the Woodland here and go for the One Ring. Not used to playing with this card. I'm curious to see how it goes. Is there any reason to draw now? Could he be on... He could be on like Thoughtseize stuff. Fun fact, I've literally never used the One Ring. Literally never. So I'm curious to see how this feels. Played against it a ton. Know the card pretty well. Never used it myself. Protection. We'll go for our draw. Get a Kami, which I like. Bojuka Bogging is kind of early, but hitting this guy's graveyard is relevant. Or, oh, I don't have an untapped land. It only has one. Oh, man. If I had an untapped land here, I could play the Kami. I could draw an untapped. Well, no, I can't. Wait, yes, I can, because I have One Ring, because this card's really powerful. Oh, so close. Yeah, okay. Okay. I feel pretty good here, though. Do I want to just play a land, play another One Ring, and... This card feels... I mean, hey, newsflash, the One Ring is really good, but dude, I have not experienced it too much yet, so I have not been able to... I haven't been able to experience it, you know? We're going to play this into probably just the One Ring. Part of me kind of wants to ramp here, like I kind of want to play this. A lot of different playstyles here. I like the protection, though, a lot. I think just fogging continuously here is really nice. You wish to keep. I'm going to keep the new one. I could have arguably kept the old one as well. We're going to pass turn. Maybe I should have played the One Ring first, gone for the... Yeah, well, that's a good sequencing thing that just shows my lack of understanding of the card. What I should have done that turn is play the One Ring first, draw with it, and try to... I also just didn't draw my end step there. Try to, get an untapped Forest, which should have been the play there. But now I can... He has no counter magic. Now I can play the Kami. He does have Bolt, but Natural Order is a extra cost. I will Bojuka Bog. He doesn't have, like, Snapcaster. No blue mana. There's no way he's just red-green, right? So now I can Natural Order, and I should be really safe here. I probably just grab Prime Time to further my advantage. I love how in Library it shows me how close I am to Field of the Dead. So I can grab Field of the Dead here plus one other card and gain... what's it called? So I can actually get an extra trigger here if I grab... They'll come in tapped, so it won't be extra trigger until next turn. I could just grab a Surveil land and fix my draw a little bit. That might be better. It's coming in tapped. So we'll grab that. We'll grab Field of the Dead. We'll get a Field of the Dead trigger. 2 Field of the Dead triggers. Sylvan Scrying. I don't think I want this. I will go ahead and At my ring. Play Blast Zone. Get a zombie. And probably just pass turn. Okay. Yeah, I mean, player who has never played with the One Ring before realizes the One Ring is pretty strong. That is a good card. If I can get my Blast Zone up to 2 CMC and pop and get rid of all of his Goyfs as well, it's going to do wonders. It's going to do absolute wonders. It takes a few turns or whatever. He's got Thoughtseize to grab my other ring. Hey, he's playing more Goyfs. I mean, I've gotta get him with the Blast. Oh, dude, please let me Blast Zone and kill 4 Tarmogoyfs. Are you kidding me? That is the dream. It's the dream. There's no way. There's no way I get to do it. I think I always just play this. That's just too sick. Come on, it's too fun. Actually, if I once upon a time here and find like I can get a creature or land. No, I want the natural order, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay. I also have my Shifting Woodlands, but it's kind of relevant here. Ooh, once again, this is gonna come down to like sequencing and me not knowing exactly how to. Oh, there's the natural order. Okay, well, I might be able to just win if I play this correctly. I think. Is this too greedy? This also leaves me mana for what's it called? For do. I need to put 1 charge counter on this. I think I've gotta just. It's weird that I have to. Okay, let me. I think this is the best play. I'm kind of trolling a little bit, but I wanna. There's so many cool things I can do here, man. There's so many crazy lines. I'm gonna sack this. Go for Craterhoof. Is this just lethal? Like, it might just be lethal, you know? It's probably just lethal. This is why Craterhoof is so good. I can then go get more zombies. Like, I think this is too good. We get double Field of the Deads. We're gonna make 1,000,000 zombie tokens here. This deck is so fun. Oh man, what a fun deck. We can put an extra counter on here. I'm not gonna have immunity or whatever from the one, but I think he's just dead. Like, this has gotta be. I did not calc. Didn't do any numbers. 10, 20 toughness here. My opponent's just thinking, like, what do I even... He's tapped out. He's losing a card advantage. I really think the One Ring card advantage just... And the immunity... God, this card, I know everybody knows this card's insane. I know that I know it's insane. I know that playing against it, this card feels insane. But playing with it feels even crazier. I also drew just all 3 copies. God, this card is crazy. The fact that it fogs, it draws you like 3 cards. Holy. Minimum every time. Why is it like a fucking Glacial Chasm? This card is like a Glacial Chasm plus a fog plus a like divination. Not even divination. Is it Lorien Revealed? The blue one that draws 3 for 5. That, like, did my opponent just leave? Is he cooked? He might be cooked. What? Oh, man. He might be cooked. My opponent. I feel like he's cooked. I feel like he alt F forward. I feel like he didn't want to deal with it, man. He didn't want to deal with the blocks. He didn't want to think about it. He played his 4 Goyfs. He realized that this card is so fucking outdated. I'm sorry. Hey, I miss it too, okay? I'll never forget when my buddy pulled a foil Goyf. You know, from not like the original Time Spiral, but Modern Masters or whatever. That was you know, Goyf was a beautiful time in Magic. I'll never forget when I was watching live when the one guy pulled the draft, you know, picked the draft foil Goyf. Beautiful card, beautiful part of Magic history. Man, does not beat the new shenanigans we're up to. Did I have fun in this match? Yes, I did, honestly. I'll be so real. I kind of had a little bit of fun that match. That was kind of a blast. 2-0 so far against Mill. And then I feel like that guy must have been on Rug Delver, but he just didn't show blue or didn't get blue, which is really, really unfortunate, to be fair. That makes that game totally different. I think we probably still win, but it depends. Rug Delver can be a matchup dependent thing. The fact that we get Blast Zone there, super nice. A million ways to answer him. All right, game 3. once again, like pretty consistent draws, consistently decent hands. I can play Snow Forest into Grazer, into something else, into Mortuary, like a little thing. I get Once Upon a Time. I didn't see if I was on the play or the draw. I am on the play. We will Once Upon a Time really quick. Probably just grab the Field of the Dead. I mean, I'll take it all day, dude. It's a different land type. It's nice. We'll grab that, play the Grazer, and then probably play the Mortuary to set up our draw for next turn. Surveil. Cavern of Souls. This is a tough one. I think I'm going to draw it just in case. The one of Cavern of Souls is one of my favorite additions in the deck. It's so nice to search for the one of Cavern of Souls, to be able to force your prime times through counter spells. I'm going to keep it on top rather than throw it in the bin, just in case my opponent is on blue. It looks like they're on red. Okay. Maybe I should have just binned it. What are we playing? Nice retro frame. Arid Mesa. We're in Arid Mesa lands? Is this energy? Is this Boros or Mardu energy? Burn? Straight up burn? Bro, burn me. Please, I mean, that was unfortunate that he's on the draw there. That's unfortunate for him. You know, I feel for him on that. This situation, he's not gonna have counter spells. I just play this into this into, should I play the Cavern of Souls just in case? I can always play it next turn. Field of the Dead tapped. No attacks, pass turn. The only wonky thing, so I get to play Primetime here. I will say, unfortunately, this interaction is really unintuitive, Castle and Cavern of Souls, and usually you have to like manually tap to also interact with this or deal with this properly. I cannot cast, ooh, nice burn spells. I cannot cast Cavern of Souls. I'm down to just block with this. That's totally fine. Actually, it has no trample right now. Should I just go Kami? Yeah. I cannot cast Cavern of Souls. Or I can't cast Primetime uncounterable with Cavern in this situation, unfortunately. So I'm just not going to reveal the Cavern, I guess. Not that it super matters. I'm going to play this. We play the Primetime. This is probably GG's. When you resolve a Primetime, it's really hard to lose. It, like, genuinely, it's that powerful. It's that good. What lands do I grab becomes the next question. Maybe a Blast Zone. Do I really want to get Blast Zone to deal with Swift Spear? Just in case. He's mostly burn. He's gonna just FF. Yeah, he knows. He's an eternal format player. He knows, you know what? It's turn 2. I've done a fair bit of damage because of the burn spells, the Bolt Wave into Bolt that he drew, but he knows that it's probably over for him. That's okay. I appreciate the concede, man. I respect it. Let's do one more. Usually I would do 3 games in a little video showing off a deck, which obviously this deck will be in the video description. If you want to download it, import it, try it out yourself, make tweets, suggestions, comments. I love seeing feedback on decks like this when presented, you know, kindly. Maybe don't do the YouTube thing of, actually, Mr. YouTuber, this, it's actually obviously stupid as hell to include Mutavault in your deck. You know, like, maybe don't do that, but maybe like, hey, man, actually, I feel like Mutavault, there's better options. I feel like this deck needs to go bigger. Like, you know, you want to have a bunch of one-of lands or whatever. I could see arguments for certain things. I'm open to suggestions. This hand is slow. Like, really slow. But we do have Bog. There's a lot of graveyard stuff in the format. We do have Mutavault. I would just keep this, but this might be our first loss of the video. It feels really slow. We've been really lucky on dice rolls as well. Why are we on the play every game? Or on the, yeah. How have we been on the play every game? What is happening? And we haven't seen a blue deck yet until just now. I can't believe Rug Delver. I don't know what happened there. He is Fashocking. Okay, we're Fashocking turn 1. What do we got? Beautiful Watery Grave, man. I do really like the is it Unfinity? Is that what that set was called? I was taking a break when that set released. Like a long break from Magic, like we all do at times. Getting back into it. And play with the fish on the side while our opponent. He had a plan. He Fashocked. You Fashocked into something. You must have a really big reason why you did that. Not that you particularly. Maybe he wants to hold up a Spell Pierce or a Counter Spell or something. Oh, you're griefing. Bro is griefing. Okay. Yep, that card is still legal in this format. That is true. Maybe he's gonna grief first and then see if he needs to play like a Delver or a Tameo versus just double Thoughtseize. Yeah, it's pretty rough against me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This is like pretty good against me here. Into the Malakir Rebirth shenanigans. So now you get your. This card is good. That is a good little. I mean, it's a cringe little combo, but it's a good little combo. Yep. Rip apart my hands. You got me. You got me. Not worth the Bojuka Bog here ever. Do I think I just play like this? Like 8. Look to get a little bit of card advantage. I really like these. I mean, obviously they're extremely slow, but I really like these cards. The Seek Gates. Yep, you got me for 3 damage. How do you have so many cards in hand still? Isn't the whole point of grief supposed to be... Come on, man. This is brutal. I kept 7 as well, didn't I? I kept 7 cards. There's the frog to help him. Get back. I'm probably blocking the frog like all day here. If I Bojuka Bog him, he can't give it flying either, which is nice. I think I do. I mean, I just do both lands this turn, obviously. So I'm gonna Bojuka Bog him. It's gonna prevent him from... He could activate it now just to flex on me. If he does, I'll give him the nice. Okay, no, he lets it go through. Play our Grazer. Play our Vault. So now we can... Oh, it is tapped, though. So I can't threaten to kill his frog. That's unfortunate. Oh, I messed up then. That is a pretty bad mistake. Damn. I should have played the Vault, Grazered the Bojuka Bog. Kind of a dumb mistake on my end. Because that would have allowed me to animate the Vault to threaten killing the frog. I guess he would have just put counters on. I mean, as this is fraud, right? He can't give it flying unless he... Well, is he gonna... He's just gonna full commit to the frog? I guess he's got discard spells. No way he discards another. No way! Now he's gonna exile them to give it flying to fucking draw 1 card. I do not miss this. I do not miss this in Legacy. Look at this. This is 2 banned cards, bro. These are 2 banned cards in the Legacy format. Timeless is so weird. I mean, these have reach, bro. I'm still blocking you all day. I'm still chump blocking you. I don't give a shit. I don't want you to draw a card. You clearly want it that bad. Oh, he's not even... He's not going to do the exile thing. Fair enough, bro. I'm blocking you. I don't care about the damage. Get your card draw. I still have a natural order target. Get your card draw out of here. Give me the natural order off the top. I mean, not bad. Not bad. Not too shabby, one might say. Yeah, we tap like that. It's fine. Oh, man. Probably Woodland is what we take here. We do have good stuff in the grave. But we're so far from Delirium. We ever animate Mutavault here and just attack? No, I don't. Whoa! Fuck it. Get my 2 damage in. He's at 14. I don't know if this will matter. But I'm never blocking with it, I don't think. I have my... Yeah. I don't even know if I'm blocking here at all, because I think natural order is one of the only ways that I win. So I think I'm letting the frog do damage to me here, unfortunately. He might just have like a... I mean, best case scenario, he uses like a fucking kill spell here on my Grazer just to get the frog through. That's even... No, that might be the best case scenario. I'm using a kill spell on my Grazer to let his frog get through. I mean, it's also not a bad play here from him. I'm at 6 mana. I could top deck so many. I could top deck. He's keeping mana up, I assume, for a counter spell, because one of the only ways. Oh, no. Oh, that hurts. That's pretty bad. I mean, he's going to gain 5 life and, like, create a Rhino. A shield counter on the frog would also be so obnoxious. I don't know if it really matters, though. Yeah, well played. The reanimate target. If I can get more stuff in my graveyard, I need to start considering past blockers. I don't think I block here, man. It's really sad, but I don't think I do. I think natural order is one of the only ways I pull this out. It's got 1 mana up. Can't spell pierce. Just discards. That's fine. Cannot spell pierce. Prime time. A prime time. There's 4 prime times in the deck. I've seen 1. I could get prime time. I could get natural order. These are the good draws. Not a great draw. Not a great draw. I can get Mutavault in my graveyard, which gives me 1 more land in the graveyard. Which hilariously, I think I'm just dead on board, right? Trample. 7 trample. I think I'm just dead. I think I'm just dead. You got it, dude. I don't know if I can get anything here. I'm just gonna tap all my lands. It didn't matter. But like, I mean, this shows this would have been a great game for the One Ring. Would have been a great game. What was that? 3-1 was my record. Should I play 1 more? If I play 1 more and I win, I rank up a little. Dude, my rank is so low. I've just not been playing much arena recently. We'll play 1 more. We'll play 1 more. Have a little fun. Why not, dude? I'm enjoying the deck. The deck is fun to play. It's not amazing. It's like, I don't know if you could get to like the hot, like legendary or whatever with this deck. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. You could get to diamond easy. Oh, for sure. For sure, in my opinion, with this deck. You might start struggling at plat. I mean, it's kind of like I play the Gates in Historic, right? And Gates in Historic is a really fun, really strong deck up until around plat. Like low, maybe mid to low plat. It's really hard to make the push. Oh, I'm going to keep this hand. This is a great hand. It's really hard to keep the push. Captain Obvious. Nice name. It's really hard to make the push from plat to diamond with Gates. It's just too slow against a lot of the fast stuff. So I end up usually switching over to Goblin Charbelcher combo once we get to plat. Just if I want to get to diamond that month, if I care about that at all. But generally, it's MTG Arena ranked. I usually just play for fun and meme around. All right, what you fetching, bro? We're not for shocking. Okay, so he's on the slow plan. I respect it. I'm also not. I'm just fetching for a snow forest here. I think it's just the play. We can play the Grazer. Oh, I put in the Field of the Dead. Strike some fear into my opponent by showing them that I'm a Field of the Dead deck. I don't know if I've ever run into the mirror match with this deck. Like, literally, I don't know if I ever have. You just don't see much green. It might be the most underplayed. Oh, okay, well, just kidding. But seriously, it might be like one of the most underplayed colors in this format. I mean, I just feel that I just play everything. I just Field of the Dead this natural order next turn. This is just the play. Not really much else to do here. Pretty simple line here. There's nothing, yeah. Pretty simple line. I'm going to not block. I don't care about the 4 damage. I'd rather keep up both creatures in case he tries to do something. And yup, just because like that. No blocks. You got it. He cannot, really importantly, he cannot. Oh, I actually really needed the double green. I didn't even realize that. I almost fucked up, but that's okay. We get lucky. Better lucky than good, right? Okay. He can't even respond to this by bolting the creature. It doesn't work like that. And he is going to concede to the natural order prime time. Okay, we'll end on that victory. Pretty quick game. You love this game. This deck is beautiful because it can win games quickly like that. Just a turn 4, turn 3 natural order, right? Those games are awesome. They're quick. They're usually over, decided, whatever. But it also just the longer it has those quick wins, and then the longer it goes, it also increases. It's like the percentage chance of this deck winning. The longer the game goes, just goes up and up and up and up and up. So, man, really, honestly, I'm really proud. Really good showing today. I'll open this pack. Why not? Really good showing today. For Timeless Titan, deck list will be in the description if you're interested. Check it out. It's a fun deck. Kind of expensive to build, not a budget deck. I wouldn't call this a budget deck by any means. You need a lot of lands. You need a lot of, like, the fact that it's so many random different little lands all over the place, and a lot of them are rares, the woodlands, and it's important. You have to have one-ofs of a lot of these lands. You can't, like, skimp on the lands. You need the 3 Field of the Deads. A lot of the lists run 2. I really like 3. It's so nice. You really can't skimp, but you have to have, you gotta have it. You gotta have the different types of lands. So you can't really run base. It's an expensive land list or whatever. But that's it for Timeless Titan. If you enjoyed, like the video. Man, does it help out. Like the video if you enjoyed it. It is so easy to help out like that. Subscribe if you want to see more Magic the Gathering videos every single, one video a week at the moment. I'd like to get that number up if I start doing more chill, casual videos like this. This is a ton of fun. I just love this. This is a blast. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Like if you did, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno. Enjoy playing Magic, boys.